Hello everyone. I am carrying on with what was that? With who puts a D on the end of with? With oh, I've had a long day. It's only Tuesday and work has been insane, so I'm just having some downtime on this. I am currently, I think it's Flottering Hospital, it's called. It's one where there's a lot of people coming with broken legs and blah blah blah. I'm gonna crack on with this for a little bit longer to see if I can get the 3rd star, but if it's looking like it's gonna take a long time, I might drop out and choose another hospital for us to go to. Oh, we've got some career points though. Let's go down to that. Let's get these career points next. What have we got? What have we got? Ooh, repair 100 machines. Restock 100 vending machines. It just gives you that K cash that you can spend in your hospital. Right then, let's crack on. See if we can do this. Tumble, not Fluttering. It must be one of the other ones. I don't know the names of the hospitals. I remember them when I'm playing them. Right, so I just need to cure 200 patients and make the hospital nice and warm. So let's drop some heating about the place. I can remember the controls. Right, that's done. That wasn't hard. One radiator's got me sorted. And one thermal thing. Not pause, I want to speed it up. There we go. The difficulty here is it's the curing the patients, because by the time I've cured 200 patients, my cure rate might be really low. It mucks that up. Sometimes it's the ratio of you have to get like it's out of 20, so see that's 7 out of 9, so it's gone down to 77%. I've got to get a hospital value of 2 million. This is going to be a hard slog, this one. More staff. Psychiatrist. I don't even know if I need a psychiatrist. Just have to get them when I see them. I'm going to end up building another one of these, I can see that now. Why have I got room for that? Drop this here. It's a bit jarring, but I don't want to have to buy another building unless I absolutely have to.
Nurse, please go to the pharmacy.
Might hire another janitor because I've got a lot of equipment now. Ooh, look at all these dudes. Oh. See, this is a message that you get a lot. A patient's given up waiting for new diagnosis rooms. Now, this is just let me get rid of these. Problematic on this one. I think this might be one of the hospitals that I have to leave and come back when I've unlocked all the diagnosis equipment. Might be okay. We'll see how we get on. We'll see. Making more money than I'm spending, and my hospital value is over 2 million now. And it sounds really stupid, but it's hard to maintain that because if my hospital starts losing money.
With a #1 album, Salivation. includes the hit singles on the 84th floor.
And you know I can move more if you were on the 84.
Killed somebody, look.
And When We're Together and No One Else Is There.
Here they come.
And no one else is there.
Stream Jasmine Odyssey today on Bungle Music.
Patients arriving for the fracture ward.
We're already here.
We have a VIP visiting the hospital.
Every time you hear that bell, that's somebody dying.
To repair Deluxolux.
I don't know if this is part 4 or part 5 that I'm recording right now. Really not sure. Which doctor? Dr. Herman Backweedle. They get stuck sometimes. Where are you then? Where are you trying to go? You don't look very stuck, mate. What are you doing? Do you need a break? Walking around in bloody circles. See, I've had another person refuse to pay for treatment just then. I'm copped up at the bottom.
Nurse required in a clown clinic.
This game is very clever. It knows exactly when to shaft you and screw you over. So it knows that I wanted to maintain a lot of money. It knows that I need to cure a certain amount of people. See, that cure rate keeps going up and down. So it'll get to the point I will have cured 200 people, but my cure rate might not be very high. But that's because I haven't got the diagnosis equipment to diagnose them properly. All the equipment I have is the best that I can have at the moment. I can't upgrade any of it. Dr. Sally Volcano, I'm sure she was complaining last time. Let's find that person. Was it Dr. Sally Volcano? Was it nurse? Have a break. Have a rest if you're tired. Go sit in there. Good.
We're close to award season.
We try and trace people. Got a bit of money, we might as well invest it. That sort of thing is helps with your hospital value as well, having well-trained staff. Oh, that's going to go if the earthquake hits before someone gets to it. Oh, thank God, the guy was there in time. It just gets expensive when your equipment blows up. It also devalues your hospital.
On 2 Point Radio. Would you believe it? Old Henry Jobsworth, the local health and safety inspector, is threatening to close down Merrydunk Farm. Apparently the place is infested with cows, pigs and chickens. Steady on, Henry.
Doctor wanted in Hounslow.
The training was done quickly. Speed this thing up. I wish it could just go that little bit quicker. I know I say it all the time, but nurse, credicillary rhubarb. Right, where
Doctor
are you?
required in Deluxe clinic.
They're not happy about the pay. just go to the toilet. Reseda rhubarb. Reseda rhubarb. I don't know. Not a name I know. What's in here?
Nurse required in general diagnosis.
Tell you what I can do to help with diagnosis. I can put more of these in the rooms, these cabinets. That's what I am going to do actually. Put another monitor on the wall here. Oh, that's annoying. I won't fit in the gap.
Training course completed.
See if that helps. That's the maintenance rounds again, haven't I? Adding those items to the rooms also helps a lot with the staff morale. They like to have a lot of items in the rooms. So not only do those ones help with like diagnosis and treatment, they also help in the actual the doctor's happiness too, or the nurse's happiness.
Patients now arriving for the ward.
In today's news, Minister for Health Tarquin Foxbridge visited some local hospitals. The tireless politician was making sure they're conforming with all the proper regulations. So, on behalf of all 2 Point Radio, I can say thank you for taking such good care of us, Mr. Foxbridge.
Killed another person then. Pharmacy. Why is the hospital getting a bad reputation? Do you reckon it's only people who are dying?
Treatment is
Not
failed.
bothered about
Sorry to
reputation.
say, a patient is dead.
Reputation is not important on this particular hospital. We just need to cure people. Quite cold, that little ward, isn't it? Got the little radiators now, I think. If I can squidge one of them in somewhere, that might help. Lock them, didn't we? That's better. Actually, was that white hot? Oh, it's fine. Well done.
Caution. Always proceed with caution.
feel like I can't get the patients in quick enough
Routine servicing.
to cure them. Let's do some training. Psychiatry. That nurse Sally Volcano again. What is wrong with them? Seriously.
And now the news. A dangerous animal has escaped
It's not
from
much
Crocodile
money,
Bay
actually.
Zoo, though the authorities have yet to
Break
reveal
again.
what species. Rumour has it that it's a 9-foot half tiger, half rhino with a big appetite. And just think, you won't need to buy a ticket to see it.
Don't know if I've really shown you the treatment when they've got like an injury. Get to go in this and like just lie in the bed for a bit. Then plaster cast on.
Patients arriving for the fracture ward. Nurse required in clown clinic.
Stay on those beds for a while.
We have a VIP visiting the hospital.
See, that person just walked in from outside has gone straight in there without going in a bed. Oh! Let the cast go on them first. They have to go in and out of that, do they? Must be a certain type of injury then. 'Cause I think most of them arrive with like a cast on. What's up with you? Got another break.
Janitor needed to repair Deluxolux.
Our roving reporter, Sally Fig Blanket, has been out recording a new segment on 2 Point County's hospitals. I've never actually seen any of her pieces, but I'm told they're very good indeed. Keep up the sterling work, Sally.
Someone who can be treatment for.
Maintenance required in clown clinic.
Right, we're roughly halfway there. Do you know what? I need to open my Twitch thing. I haven't opened my app. I'm sat here chattering away and then just thought, can't see if any of you are like even there listening to me. Sorry if you've come and gone. There we go. Chat room's open now on there.
Doctor to psychiatry, please.
See, it's counterintuitive. It keeps saying the hospital's getting a bad rep, right? But people are coming in, they are getting cured. But would I have more people coming in? My reputation was better. I think that's normally how it works, isn't it? But I don't know how to do that in this one.
To prepare extractor pan.
In the later levels, you get sales and marketing rooms. You can do it that way.
Earthquake warning, that isn't your medication.
Really batters on the earthquakes. Really have to stay on top of this.
We're sorry for the litter that you dropped on our floor. End of year approaching. Maintenance announcement. Bins will become full.
May have made a mistake there, sending 2 guys for maintenance training because it takes 2 of them off in one go, and that's when I end up with machines exploding. But
Some
they'll have the
alarming
maintenance
reports of an
qualification.
earthquake causing considerable damage to a local hospital. Hope nobody broke anything, but if you did, at least you're in the right place for it.
So because I've been streaming 2 Point Hospital, it has now been popping up on my YouTube
Calling nurse.
as suggested videos, and I've watched a couple of them. And do you know what? I get so upset with how people arrange their hospitals and arrange their room. It drives me batty. Drives me absolutely batty. Again, going back to when I was a kid, I used to have
For the fracture ward.
a methodology in how I set the rooms up. I still do. It's always been a thing. But I remember my friend, one of my best friends, Carly, I've talked about her before. We used to turn on Mega Drive a lot. We'd be at each other's houses playing on Sonic or Wiz and Liz or whatever. But her mum had a PC and played on The Sims, played on these sorts of games, but Theme Hospital. And I used to be a backseat driver when she played that game. It drove me batty. I drove her batty. I remember once I was just like, you need more benches. You need more benches, Norma. Norma, you need more benches, more benches. I think she kicked me out of the house because I just wouldn't leave her alone. She just wanted to enjoy a game. And I was just like, no, I know best. Like such an idiot. Oh, Norma. Another one cured. Go on, right, we've been playing for 25 minutes. We've got 125 patients cured.
Nurse required in cloud clinic.
I reckon another 10 minutes or so. I'm hopeful we should be on to completing this level. I'm touching wood here, because it never works like that, this game. What are you doing? Why are you walking around doing nothing? Fully trained psychiatrist. I'm gonna drop you in here. Take this guy here. Oh, he's also a fully trained psychiatrist. Go for a break, dude. There we go. Yeah, I have got one too many doctors. You just never know. I'd rather have more than not enough. Cost me a fortune. My hospital would probably make a lot more money. need people coming in. Need more people coming in. It is an odd hospital, this. And a lot of the other ones, they just walk up. But they have to come via helicopter to this one for some reason. Watch this guy go right the way around, see how long it takes to diagnose him. He's got lightheadedness.
Maintenance announcement. Toilets need routine servicing.
Let's see. Oh, 100% diagnosis. Minus 11% happiness. These patients are annoying. Why wouldn't you be happy that you've got 100% diagnosis? He's off to the deluxe clinic. He or she. If I went into the hospital, the doctors, and got a diagnosis straight off, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? When has that ever happened? Ever? Recently for me, not ever, not with the NHS. See? Processed really quickly. I should be running my own hospital.
Janitor needed to repair deluxe lux.
Problem with this game, sometimes you'll go off and start watching patients wander around the hospital, so you follow them around, see what they're doing, and before you know it, you've forgotten to maintain all your equipment, and before you know it, there's an earthquake, and then the next thing, everything's on fire, the whole place is blowing up. It's quite hard to maintain.
Patients arriving for the fracture ward.
Earthquake warning.
Earthquake warning. Staff should secure patients before securing themselves.
Some alarming reports of an earthquake causing considerable damage to a local hospital. Hope nobody broke anything, but if you did, at least you're in the right place for it.
See, if I had not gone round and maintained them just before, we'd have a bit of a mess on
Maintenance
our hands right
announcement. Automated snack machines need restocking manually. We're sorry for the litter that you dropped on our floor.
The thing with the emergencies, I don't think it happens in this version, and I could be wrong here, it certainly doesn't happen in the earlier levels. You get an emergency, a bunch of people come in, and you have a set amount of time to heal them and get them better. If you do that within a certain amount of time, you get money, like that K dollars to spend in your hospital, and money for your actual overall value of your hospital for buying stuff in there, as in equipment and what have you. On the old game, well, what would happen then if you run out of time? They stay in your hospital and you can still cure them, so they're perfect for this level where you're trying to cure as many patients as possible. Doesn't matter if you don't do it within the time frame. When you used to play Theme Hospital rather than 2 Point Hospital, I think you had an emergency in, and if you didn't cure them all in the time you had, they'd just automatically all die on the floor, just straight away. So that is a difference. It might be slightly different in the later levels. I can't quite remember. So we've got 35 left to cure, haven't we? And do you know what? Even these patients who are refusing to pay for the treatment of something, doesn't matter as long as they're cured. It doesn't actually matter if I get money off them at the moment. My hospital value's up there. I've got over $1 million in stash. Touch wood, that will last for the next 23 patients. Dr. Rose Phantom is unable to get to where they want to go. Right, where is that then?
I've been informed that the local library is implementing a new policy this week. Head librarian Penelope Staffage, tired of so many people forgetting to return books, is threatening to sneak into our homes at night and recover any overdue volumes while we sleep. So if you find your breakfast cereals arranged alphabetically and shelved by fibre content, don't be alarmed. It's just old Penelope doing her job.
Assistant wanted in reception. Nurse called to the hand clinic.
Again, it's like I've said on the other streams, you can see how you lose so much time on this game. So much time. Like in real life, I mean, not in the game itself.
Nurse wanted on the ward. Patients arriving for the fracture ward.
Thanks God. The more that arrive for that, the better. They normally come in, well, they are
Close to our ward
pre-diagnosed.
season.
Still fails sometimes, but... So close to getting this one finished. Hey, Hypo. It's going well, thank you. I've been playing it on time, and I've just been playing a lot of 2 Point Hospital. So if you don't like strategy games, you might find this a bit boring, but I am obsessed with this game. I forget about it for a while, like a year or so, and then I remember it exists and I do it all over again. I was obsessed with Theme Hospital as a kid, so that's where that's come from. This hospital I'm so close to finishing, so close. I've got another 13 patients I need to cure, and I need to keep my cure rate high like it is there.
Blink. Comes Pulpitation. The energy drink made with the discarded pulps of oranges and just a drop of rocket fuel. Pulpitation, because sleep is for the weak. More 2 Point, more often. This is 2 Point Radio.
Oh, have you really? Have you literally binge watched my stuff on YouTube? That's so sweet of you to say. I just feel like I talk absolute bobbins on it. Like absolute nonsense. Have you played the game? Have you ever played this yourself?
Janitor needed to repair Deluxolux.
4 more patients. No more deaths. That's fine. Please, please, please. This is where most of my cures are going to come down here, I think. Not played it personally, okay. I'm glad you know the concept.
Biology.
So much strategy involved with it though. Like, you just think it's one of those games that you just play and it's not. There's so much behind it. Oh, one more, come on, come on, come on. Fix one more person, we've got it. Oh no! Come on. Where's this person going? Oh, they're going back to the bed. Must be another patient due to be cured somewhere, surely. This might be the one, chest infection patient.
Doctor to psychiatry, please.
Hey, we've done it. Unlocked a luxury drinks machine. Brilliant. Right, we are going to the map because we've finished that hospital and got 3 stars. Let's go to our career, see what we've unlocked. Yeah. 3 stars and tumble. Oh, is that quite hard to do, is it? It wouldn't specify it, not. Locked 100 toilets. Okay. Oh no, why have you been in hospital, mate? Or not something so personal. I hope you're okay, is what I should say. Oh god, mate. Right, let's see which hospital we can play. I've got 4 available to me, apparently. Really? 1, 2, 3. Can I play this one? Oh! Can play this one. Oh, it says it's locked still. Oh, I've got to complete mitten first. I thought it said I had 4 hospitals that I could play. Oh man, if I've got to go to this stupid hospital. This one really is a strategy one. Let me explain. It's developing new tech. It's a slow burner, this one is. I'll get it started. So see, here we go. So blah 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 blah. We'll only be able to recruit student doctors and nurses here, so we'll need to train them up. Mitten University will provide us with extra funds for each person we train and each research project we complete. Firstly though, we'll need a research licence. The Ministry will grant us one if we demonstrate our technical prowess by establishing a hospital with some upgraded machinery. Right, okay. How am I going to start this? I need to pause it. Start as I always start, 2 GP's offices. Need a little on this one. I should set this as a template. I can do that, you know. I just don't know how. This one is very frustrating to start off with. I think there's a lot of psychiatrists needed in this one for different things, for various things. And obviously you have to train them all. Toilet down the end here. I'm getting faster at building again. I remember how to do it. Need to build a training room though before anything else, otherwise I can't progress in this hospital. Oh, damn it. Blocking them if I put that there. Can I put there? There we go. That room looks awful, but I don't have a lot of choice with that right now. I'll make a bigger one later. General diagnosis, then a pharmacy. No, I want them by the door. Put that close to the door as well. Stop walking around so much. Do you know what I have forgotten to do? I've just done the one thing that I've been like saying the whole time when you build rooms with equipment: 2 fire extinguishers in case we have earthquakes. Staff room, and then I need to hire some nurses and doctors. Start getting them trained as soon as possible. It's gonna cost me money though. It costs money, but you get money for doing it as well. Might try something different here, you know. Might get 2 training rooms off the get-go. Don't normally do this. This is a new tactic, but it might work. Might work out. Get these people trained. It's going to cost us 60,000 to train them, but I'll get money back. I might be going straight back to the map again doing this. Right, what can I train the nurses in? Diagnosis. No, actually, yeah, I will. Let's press play. I need to get rooms. Oh, I hate this so much when it does this. It's so awkward, these reception rooms. I'll just stick it in 2 for now. Get qualified assistants and qualified technicians. I think there's one later where you can't get qualified anybody, you have to literally qualify them all. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just reading your message, Hypo. Had a run-in with a tree. That's crazy. 5 stitches. It must be a mess. Hope you're on the mend.
Those asking to speak with the administrator. It's complicated.
Poor thing.
I'd like you to all think of a butterfly, sleepily waving its colourful wings. Isn't that a lovely image? Meanwhile, in the news today, the Mayor has announced a 100% increase in our taxes.
Doctor required in GP's office.
Right. Theoretically, if I'm doing this right, I think I'll get 60 grand for. I think I get 10 grand for every person trained. I think. I hope. Speed that through. People are just gonna have to wait for a minute.
Training course completed.
Oh, we've got 5 grand per person. I thought it was 10 grand, but never mind. I can do with. Okay, research license. Research license. Yeah, research project. We'll need a research room and a doctor with a research qualification. Okay. Oh, this is going to cost me money. Need a doctor with a space for research. To hire one. Damn it! Take a loan out if it'll let me. It does. I wasn't sure if I was going to be allowed to take that or not. Good. In that case. Let's start research, but I'm going to have to buy this research room, so if I run out of money, can't do it. This is the one that you need, like I said, you need quite a few tactics on this one. Make it run properly. It's a very basic research room to start off with. Right. Okay. Do I get money for curing people in this one? I can't remember. Oh, I do. Okay. Some of the hospitals you get given
Doctor to
like a
research,
percentage
please.
of money. I think it's one that's owned by a hotel or something. But your poor eye. I'm not going to read that out in case anyone is squeamish on watching on YouTube. I'm so glad you're okay. Have they saved your sight and everything? Is everything all right? Because that sounds pretty bad, mate. Bless you.
You're listening to Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. You're listening to 2 Point Radio with your resident weirdo, Harrison Wolf. Stay tuned for some great music. You never know, we might get lucky.
Has anyone seen my body? No, me neither.
Oh, that's good to hear, mate. I agree with you on the NHS. You know what? The staff and the people who are in the NHS are excellent. Anyone I've dealt with before have been amazing. It's just a shame that they are so up against it. Like, they don't have the funding and stuff. And I'll start doing a party political broadcast if I'm not careful. But I'm glad they've managed to save your site, because that sounds pretty horrendous. I had, when I was growing up, I had a terrible problem with my ear. I had, it's called a mastoidectomy. I had the big chunk of the spongy bone removed from behind my ear and some of the little bones behind my eardrum. And this was when I was about 15. I had the surgery. There wasn't much hope for retaining my hearing in it, but the surgeon I had was absolutely amazing and he fixed it for me. And then 30 years later, which is insane, well, it wasn't 30 years, how many years later would it have been if I was 15 and when I was like, so 20 years later, sorry, I'd had the same thing happen again, but this time I'd had like a massive cyst grow behind my eardrum, and I went back and it was the same surgeon who did the surgery again. I was one of his first patients when he first moved to Leighton Hospital, which is the one that's near to me, and one of his last patients before he retired. So he fixed it again, saved my hearing again. It was amazing. It is amazing what, you know, some of the people can do. So talented, so much more talented than me with what I do, but yeah, it's really good. I'm glad they looked after you.
You ever stare into empty space and just ponder the mysteries of the universe? Like, how many planets out there support life? And what's another word for thesaurus? More
Yes.
existential questions after this.
Doctor required in psychiatry.
Oh, I don't like that. That's the wrong way round. Again, madness in my mind. I like them to be able to see what they're doing with the patients. Fire extinguishers. There they are. Let's train somebody else up.
Nurse to the ward, please.
So chromotherapy. See this person here who's got no colour? When they're diagnosed, they will be sent to this and get covered in colour. Fantastic to hear, pardon the pun. Yeah, thanks. No, it is good. They're always brilliant. And I think we're too quick to criticise when we go into hospital and the waiting times are huge and all this. It's not the fault of the people who are working there. None of that is. What you can do to save money in this as well. I've now got a doctor who's psychiatry too, so he can train one of the other psychiatrists, and it's free, and I get £5,000 back. That's what you try to do on this. It's the best way to do this one. You'll note I've not started another research project yet. There's a reason, because I think part of the next, to get the 2-star hospital, you have to do research projects, and I don't want to do one and then not have passed level 1. It's a waste, if I'm making any sense. Where's this person who's got a Chrome problem? I'm sure there was another one. Yeah, it was this one we were following around earlier, wasn't it? What are you waiting for? I'm not going to send them for a treatment because they're not been fully diagnosed yet. I want it to work.
Health and Safety Inspector Henry Jobsworth was seen checking into the Sure Thing Hotel in Grockle Bay yesterday. He was then seen running out and screaming this morning. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Hypo. They are.
Scan.
The illnesses they're amazing. Very creative, the people who did it. It's the same people who were in the Bullfrog team who created the original theme hospital. I've mentioned it in one of my other streams. There's a nod to it in some of the illnesses. Oh, what? I've got no room. I've got money. Send that patient home, but I am going to have to buy another building anyway. Come on, one of these guys must be ready to cure me, soon. My hospital's in debt. Hang on, no, I don't want to train that. What I'll try and do
Class dismissed.
is I'll try and train somebody up in research 2, 3, 4, 5. This hospital in the game becomes really key later on in the game. You need to get this hospital to do it right, because you'll end up with multiple of these research rooms and multiple qualified researchers.
Now arriving at the hospital.
So what you'll do is when you go to a new hospital and there's something that you need to research and develop,
I'm sorry to say, a patient is dead.
you keep coming back to this one, do the research, and it goes through it really quickly, and then you go back to the other hospital that you're working on. Sorry, I keep having to stop because the receptionist is dead rude and keeps talking over me. I'm going to risk sending them for treatment. Let's see if that works. I'm probably going to kill them doing that. I've not got any nurses because I've sent them for training, haven't I? Wonderful. Just wait a little bit longer.
Patients now arriving for the ward.
Do you know what I'm
Nurse to
gonna do?
chromotherapy, please.
No, not a doctor. I want to hire another nurse. There's 2 people waiting now. Letting an unqualified nurse. Let's see what happens here.
End of year approaching.
Of course it is, because why wouldn't it be while I'm streaming? We want to see the result of this. Timing, as always. Brilliant. Let me just sort my policy out when I'm here. As we wait with bated breath. cure him. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we've got the encyclopedia. I can't talk tonight. I started this stream by saying "wid" instead of "with." Encyclopedia bookcase of Unlocked to Hospital, Flemington, and the Deluxe Lux 3, which is good for lightheadedness. What those encyclopedias do, they help people who are in training to learn a lot quicker, which is good. Perfect. To get a 2-star hospital, I need to train staff, generate 2,000 research points. That's what I was saying before. I didn't want to start another research project until done that. Diagnosis rooms. Let's go for an injection room. Let's build that lightheadedness room while we're here. This is an odd-shaped hospital, this one. Ugh, don't like it. I'm just going to make it that bit bigger. Turning that round, Tess. No, I don't want to stop. Janitor now, the hospital's getting a bit big. I need to train a lot of doctors and nurses, so I'm hiring quite a few now. Going on a hiring spree, which might have a knock-on effect, but let's see. Let's train some psychiatrists. This training though. No, I'm not, 'cause I've got no money. What kind of training? There's this. I'm gonna have a lot of people waiting for rooms just now. Right. What you can do is you can set the tasks for the doctors, and this particular doctor, all I want them doing is researching. This is the biggest part of this task on this level.
Food brought from home will be confiscated and in all likelihood eaten. Doctor needed in GP's office.
Do you know what? I've not put any drinks machines out, have I? And I'll tell you why. I was going to
Author
buy.
and ambassador for the Bigfoot Foundation, Bartholomew F. Yeti, is coming to talk at an artsy location near you for the 20th
fine.
anniversary tour of his seminal work, Big Feet, Big Shoes. Critics call it urgent, confusing, and a nice color. Blink and you'll miss him. Buy your tickets now.
So,
This is 2 Point Radio.
there is method in my madness. Those drinks fountains, they just go and have a drink, they don't create rubbish, so you don't need bins. So the maintenance guys don't need to maintain the bins, and the same with the sweet dispensers, which I can now buy. So it sorts out the hunger and the thirst, not massively,
Involved in research.
but enough to stop them getting upset. And we're not generating more work for the janitors. And that means they should be able to maintain my equipment a bit better. It also needs some entertainment, so I'm going to get some magazine racks. I've
Training
been
course
waiting to buy them
complete.
too.
Class dismissed. Doctor required in psychiatry.
Who else can we train? Research doctor gone? Still on a blinking break? You're having a laugh, aren't you, mate? Crack on. So just looking at the time of this stream, I've been on for an hour now, an hour and 5 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this here, and what am I up to tomorrow? Should have a little bit of time tomorrow evening, or if not, maybe on Friday. Try and play some more of this. It has been good to catch up with you, Hypo, and I'm glad you're well, considering what you've been through this last week. Yeah, I'm glad to hear from you, and I'm glad that they've sorted you out. It's good news. Yeah, so I'm ending the stream. I'm not pausing it because I think pausing it stops me talking. I'll be streaming it again soon. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll speak to you all soon.